Trainers, get your kicks on episode 206.
Pokemon Go trainers, welcome to episode 206 of the Lured Up podcast, where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network. Today is Tuesday, January 18th, 2022. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, hello. Yo.
Hey, Ken, you did that intro all wrong. You should have said, trainers, get your kicks on episode 206 of the Lured Up podcast. Just saying.
Wow, I might have to cut that out and put it at the very beginning.
Well, whatever you got to do to edit this and make it your
I'll just
your
put
magical...
it at the beginning, and then I'll let people listen to it again when the intro song is done.
All right. That sounds good.
What's
you
going
been?
on, man? I'm okay. I feel like we're back on the grind, man. We've got content coming out. It feels good, right?
Yeah,
we got shit firing on all cylinders. It's a good thing. It's a good day.
Yeah,
new year, new me.
Today I had a league, whatever they're called. They call it a team challenge for the trading card game.
How'd it go?
Well, you're gonna have to listen to Special Conditions to find out how well or how awful it went.
I saw your Instagram post. You were looking a little frustrated that you felt a little rusty.
Yes, I was definitely rusty, for lack of better terms.
On today's show, we're going to recap the last week of gameplay. We had the Mountains of Power wrap up last week. We had Spiel Community Day over the weekend. We've got non-shiny Genesect with a shock drive and raids. We'll talk about all that good stuff. The Power Plan event will be live by the time you hear this, so it'll be starting tomorrow from the time of this recording. We'll kind of recap how it's going to go and take us through the end of the month. So we'll have plenty to do for the rest of January. Once we break into February, we do have the Love Cup coming. We haven't done much PvP coverage lately, so we will talk some PvP, talk about the Love Cup, get your pink Pokemon on. We talked last week about a new podcast announcement. We'll be making that towards the end of the show. We'll take a look at some fun responses to Niantic Support tweets. That's always fun to look at how people
I can't wait.
React. They're actually not that bad, but they did bring up a good point that we can talk about. Regarding ELO. We'll get there. And then finally, this last week was Niantic actually did a third-party raid survey where they opened the doors for a research firm for the community to actually have scheduled interviews with a research firm to talk about raiding, raid coordination, and things like that. So I kind of want to just have an open discussion about the raid system, talk about how we think it can improve and what you'd like to see in raids and get you motivated to do more. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. But let's talk Mountains of Power. This kind of was wrapping up as we were recording last week, but we did have a couple days of it. I don't know, man. I am enjoying the vanilla spawns of the Season of Heritage.
I knew you were going to say that.
More so than the Season of Heritage event spawns. And I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing, if that is the intentional, position of Niantic to make these downtimes so strong. But holy shit, since the Mountains of Power wrapped up, I've been having a fucking awesome time catching wild Pokemon. So I want to talk about that. Now, Mountains of Power was great, though. We had all those shiny Pokemon. We had Machop. I hope people were diligent enough to remember to at least hold on to Machops or do their trades so they get the guaranteed Candy XL. Level 50 Machamp is a pretty fucking baller raid battler.
Oh, I've got a shadow one of those.
You do have a shadow hundo fucking Machamp, dude. That is a legit trophy Pokemon, but you should keep all your Machops, trade them out, get your Candy XL on, and power that fucker up, dude. Is it level 50 yet?
Yeah.
Oh, word is bond.
Yeah,
well,
it's
that's
all the way.
All the way. It is all the way. That's good shit. That's good stuff. Any other Pokemon you're working on for Candy XL? Is this a thing you're pursuing in the game right now?
Yeah. So I've been focusing on trading certain Pokemon. Let me see. There's one specific. I think it's Scyther, because you had told me earlier in the podcast before this that you couldn't mega a shadow. So I did catch or hatch a 100% normal Scyther, so I've been kind of investing my candy there. And so
That's
anytime,
a good use.
and they're in raids right now. So if you see one in a raid, send it my way.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely good. Yeah, I remember you were a little disheartened when you realized you can't Mega Evolve a Shadow Pokemon.
Yeah, because I powered it all the way up.
Yeah, well, it's still, well, maybe not Scyther. I was going to say there might still be some viability for a powered up Shadow Scyther, but maybe not. But yeah, Mega Scyther, Mega Pokemon. Dude, I love the Mega system now, man. I slept on it for so long. I constantly have Mega Evolution Pokemon going, so that's definitely good stuff. What about Spiel Community Day? That was over the weekend. Were you able to play? Were you working? Or
I was working, but I did have my Pokeball Plus on me, and I was trying to capture as many as possible. I did open my game and like play for the first couple of minutes, just because I like to see the first one to know that I like got one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was nice. I was able to see the first one, and then let me just quickly see how many I caught.
Well, I'll ask you this, because I kind of noticed this, and I don't know if it was isolated to me. It seemed that the spawn rate, like the clusters seemed amazing, huge spawns, tons of spawns, but the shiny rate didn't seem as strong as usual. Now, that might have just been my experience, but I heard a couple people chattering about it online. Did you notice anything feel different with spawn rate or shiny rate, or did it feel
did seem like there was a lot more, and shiny rate seemed a little lower. I know at the start, I think I was Pokeball Plussing, like a ton of them, and I had only had one within like the first 2 hours.
Yeah, I was, I think, 45 minutes in before I caught my first one. Dude, I'm sure it's even colder in New Hampshire, but it was like 15 degrees or so in New Jersey during Community Day, so it was fucking freezing. I like the second I got out of the car, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a fucking problem. I met up with some people. They literally had like jackets wrapped around their head. That's how like cold it was. It was bad.
Oh man,
it was fucking cold. But it was all right. It wasn't too bad. We did a hot chocolate stop at Starbucks, and
that sounds delicious.
Dude, we ended up setting up camp at the Starbucks for like an hour. We did so many trades. It's like a triple lure. We triple lured it up. It was awesome. The lures just kept delivering spawns, so it was like we didn't want to leave, but like we were well done with our hot chocolates. We were like, we gotta fucking keep it moving.
I know exactly what you mean, because it's so good. You're like, I don't want to leave yet.
Well, it was like they wanted to do Chipotle. They're like, why don't we just move to another place inside? And they're like, yeah, well, our fingers may fall off if we stay outside any longer. Like, dude, it was cold.
Yeah,
Hands
I can't imagine being
numb.
outside. It was very cold. It still is cold.
We were troopers. I got to get the gloves that allow you to use the touchscreen. Like, because that's what one of the dudes was using.
Those don't always work, though.
Dude, he had a pair. He was like, it's so responsive. Like, he said that they were fucking great. I want to get some lured up custom gloves that have detachable pointer finger and thumb. Like, you could flip it up and Velcro it to the side. You know what I mean? Just the pointer finger and thumb. That would be the shit. Yeah, I was just braving it. I had the hoodie with the thumb hole, which was helped a little bit, but it was fucking cold. But yeah, I'm glad I got to play Triple XP, man. You can't argue at Triple XP. I think I had about 20 best friends lined up for Community Day, so that was pretty legit. I'm
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, fuck.
I should have just opened all those gifts.
The XP is for catching. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Typically, if I have like someone that I'm about to go best with within a week or two of Community Day, I'll just say, you know what? Let's just hold off for Community Day. And the technique I've been doing is I'll just tag them with the date. So like once someone reaches out to me, because I'm friends with like so many people, like fans from Twitter, right? I don't know their real name. I don't know what their Twitter handle is. So if they reach out to me and they're like, hey, we're going to hit best friends, when can we do it? I'll be like, yo, let's do it on fucking Community Day. Does 12 p.m. Eastern work? They say yes. I make their nickname in the game 1/16, whatever the fuck the day is, 12 p.m.
Oh, that is so smart.
Dude, it's so great. And that way I can search on 1/16, and then if I have different people through different time zones, I have what time in Eastern time, my time, that I need to open the egg or open the gift, and it worked out fucking swimmingly. It was beautiful. But I'm creeping on 250 million XP, man. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. It's gonna be a nice little threshold. Let me get back to the vanilla spawns, because I always talk about this shit.
Oh, that's so vanilla. It's so vanilla.
Are you a vanilla ice cream person or a chocolate ice cream person?
I'm a black raspberry and peanut butter ice cream.
What the fuck is black raspberry ice cream, dude? What?
Or black raspberry.
Dude,
yeah.
Is that vanilla or chocolate, bro?
Neither.
Oh, what the fuck? So if you go to an ice cream shop and they have vanilla and chocolate, you're gonna get nothing because they don't have fucking black raspberry.
I'll get coffee ice cream.
Yo, I'm a coffee ice cream fan, but that's not the question, dude. What the fuck is black raspberry ice cream? I've never heard of that in my life.
What?
What is that?
It is like purple ice cream.
What?
Black raspberry.
Dude, never heard of it. But
are you serious?
You gun to your head. There's a gun to your head. There's a gun to your head. You have to pick vanilla.
And then it tastes like a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Dude, you're about to get shot. Vanilla or chocolate. Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted you to answer.
I don't know why this had to turn violent.
Because you were refusing to make a decision on the most basic of questions. You had to fucking go all Adam and talk about black raspberry ice cream.
Listen, the Deli Bird ice cream.
Oh
my god, delicious! It's like winter in your mouth.
Where are you talking? Anyway, vanilla spawns. Vanilla ice cream is the superior ice cream. Vanilla spawns. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying the vanilla spawn windows. I like the basic seasonal spawns. We've talked about this before. The spawn pool's fucking massive, right?
Yes.
I feel that when you have a event, even though the amount of shinies you can get are high. Yeah, there might be 10 Pokemon in the spawn pool, but 8 of the 10 are potential shinies. Yeah, so it's really good for shiny hunting, right? But then when you have the vanilla spawns, especially after the Johto Tour, when essentially all Kanto and all Johto Pokemon from that point on will be shiny available, I still think I'd rather have a much larger spawn pool, 70, 80 different Pokemon available during the vanilla window. And I caught 2 Wild Dragonite, a shit ton of Vileplume, I caught a Victory Bell, all these evolved Pokemon. You don't ever see evolved Pokemon during events. You only get their basic forms. So here's a question. Do we need more evolved forms as part of event spawns? Like, think about when you look at the blog, right? You might see an evolved form in a raid, like we have Typhlosion in raids right now, but you'll never see Typhlosion listed as an event spawn. You might see the Cyndaquil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it leads me to the question, have we lost that excitement of like fucking chasing down a Pokemon, of like,
yes,
because when you're during an event, if you don't catch the one that's in front of you, of the 1 of 10 spawn that's in front of you, you know you could take a couple steps and you're going to get that 1 of 10 spawns again. There's no FOMO of missing out on the spawn because they're so redundant and so repetitive.
Yeah, I will say I did get a little excited when I saw Dedenne.
You see, remember when they had Caterpie or Wurmple was not part of the seasonal pool, and then it came back and everyone was like, oh shit, the bugs are back. It was like, how they made fucking Weedle exciting again. It's like, that's the hat we need. Make Weedle great again. It's I think that not only does it make those mundane spawns exciting because you may not have seen them, like we haven't seen Dedenne since it was featured, but the evolved forms, man, that's the fun. Like, think of Sword and Shield. When you play Sword and Shield, you have that excitement of getting an evolved form. When the game first launched and you had the heart of the game in 2016, 2017, and a Blastoise spawned or a Gyarados or a Dragonite, like, people would go fucking apeshit. We don't get that at all right now because people are going to go after the shiny or the hundo. And the shiny, you can't...
Or the shundo.
Well, it's not consistent from person to person. And the hundo hunters are fucking using maps anyway, the fucking cheaters. So it's like I don't know. I think that we've lost something when it comes to the excitement of these evolved form spawns that take us by surprise. Like, I didn't even realize Dragonite was in the seasonal event pool or the seasonal spawn pool. So it was like when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, it was a true surprise. So I don't know. Have you caught any evolved form, like outside of Dedenne, but have you caught evolved forms during the event? Like, did you see any of them?
No. I haven't seen too many evolved forms, to be honest. I know I've caught stuff with.
You've been doing a lot of Go
Pokeball
Plussing, though. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of that. The last 3 non-community day shinies that I got were all from my Pokeball Plus. I feel you on that. I feel you. But here's another question. Do we need more downtime? Do we need more non-event time? Like, remember?
Yes.
Like maybe a year or two ago, it was like event after event, and sometimes the events were overlapping, and like it was such fucking madness. Like, I think
hard
that,
yes on the downtime.
Yeah. Especially because I think that they've made the downtime equally as exciting as an event window, because you have this giant diverse spawn pool with the evolved forms. I think that's the saving grace. That's why it's so exciting.
I think we don't have enough downtime to really get so excited about the next event. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, we're having like 6-7 days now.
I know. Give us a solid 2 weeks off.
Oh, whoa, that might be too much. That's half the month.
Yes, okay, they can have like community day in there, but still, like, we don't need all. I know everybody wants events, but just unlock a shiny and just say like, oh yeah, there's a new shiny.
Yeah, but how do they deploy that shiny if there's not an event and it's just one of 80 available Pokemon?
That's fine. People have to hunt. The thrill of the hunt comes back.
Dude, I'm saying people don't want that.
Yeah,
if they want a shiny, they want it fucking thrown in their face. Like, you ever see that gif of the chick with the hot dogs hitting her in the face? Like, that's how the shiny, like, throw the shinies, like, throw the shinies at my face. But do you remember the 3-step system?
Yes.
All right. So what if they were to bring something like that back that would allow you to potentially hone in on a specific Pokemon that you're trying to hunt? Like, you could say, hey, I'm looking for Machop right now. So Machop family would show up on your radar. Or there would be some ability to do tracking. I think this is something that has been lost in the game. And if they want to get people out and exploring and, exercising, this could be a great way to get people motivated to move from point A to point B, not just to catch the Pokemon in between.
Just say you're hot or you're cold.
Something. Give me the 2 footprints, 3 footprints. I'm getting closer. A way to know that if I move in this direction, am I getting hotter or colder? I think something like that would be a great way to get people motivated to travel on foot, to move around outside.
Yeah, even if there was a kind of like a radar, like a wide radar. So it says it's somewhere within this area, and on the map it's all like highlighted.
Well, almost like like the rocket radar when you hit it and it zooms out.
Yes.
That would be cool.
And that way you have to keep walking around that area to try to find
to hone in on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. No, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I don't know. Let us know your thoughts. I think this could be something where, we might be able to put some good feedback through, saying like, look, this will help us be motivated to move around. Because right now we move around just because we want our incense to kick another spawn in, because we want to stay mobile. You know what I mean? Like, We're not necessarily doing it because we're tracking anything. We're mindlessly moving. We're mindlessly connecting the dots between Pokestops. I think if we had a little bit more intent, it would be a more immersive experience, because I would feel like there's a reason for me to walk down the block to that next Pokestop, not just because that's the next Pokestop, but because I know something is there when I get there. I don't know. I think that would be a cool idea. What about raids this week? Did you do any raiding? We had non-shiny Genesect.
I've done a bunch of the Mega Aerodactyls now.
Oh,
any of the 1-stars I typically just do if they're at my work, because why not? I got a free pass. I did do 1 Genesect, but I didn't catch it. It was 1906. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Wow,
it was a pretty good one, and I was just frustrated.
This is almost, look, I'll do any raid anyone sends me if I'm available, but this is kind of like a one and done scenario for me. Like, I don't necessarily need to raid this Pokemon. I mean, I'll do raid hour tomorrow. I'll definitely, just so I can hang with the community and do some raids, but I'm not finding myself like pulling over on the side of the road to do a raid and send invites and stuff. I just don't have the gusto to go after it. And it sucks to say it's because it's not shiny. I don't feel the need to catch multiple. Like
I don't even feel that there's a need to even get one.
Like I have 100% Genesect.
Yeah, there you go. You're good. You don't need another one.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the right drive. I could use the candy, and I'm still not motivated to do these because I'm just like, fuck, it can't be shiny. I don't want to do it. Mountains of Power was pretty good. The downtime is really good, but the downtime will end tomorrow. So by the time you hear this, we'll be in the next event.
The power plant.
We are going to be in the power plant. Adam, again, your homeboy Spark's intuition. Remember last week, the rock and steel type Pokemon were going to help open that second mechanism? Well, Spark was correct, and that intuition has now pushed him to believe that electric type Pokemon will be needed to power the third and final mechanism of this door. And this is like we had the rock and steel was inspired by the mountainous terrains of Johto and Sinnoh. This event is inspired by the power plants that were in the main series games in the Kanto and Kalos regions. So this is pretty cool. And also the power plant event is one of these longer split events where we're going to see part one of the event being from the 15th to the 24th, and then finally the second half being from the 24th till February 1st. So for the rest of the month, no vanilla spawns. We're going to be in an event throughout the whole month. Now, it looks very promising because there's a little bit for everyone, and we could start with the debut of Helioptile and Heliolisk. This is the Kalos connection, right? So super cute fucking Pokemon. I've got plushies of this Pokemon. Like, I think this is just a fan favorite because it has the cute factor.
Fan favorite? This is like a Pokemon that I don't even want to look at.
Really? My son loves this Pokemon. Like, this is like a cute Pokemon.
Coming from the TCG, there hasn't been a really great evolution line out of this. Like, this card is just kind of, you get it, and you're like, eh.
I believe that in the TCG, but I think from the main series games and the anime, I think that from the cute side of Pokemon Desire, I think this one scores some cute points, which is pretty cool.
I wonder when you click it or tap it in the Pokedex, if it will like glow,
light up.
Yeah. I hope so. If not,
Blitzel.
Missed opportunity.
A new Pokemon's always a good thing, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, you can't like get upset at that. There's going to be a ton of shinies available. We have Magnemite, Grimer, Voltorb, Electabuzz, Porygon, and Trubbish.
I need that Magnemite.
Yeah, the Magnemite still? Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Even the last event that we got Magnemite, I went hard catching every single one, and I did not get one.
I think we even had a Magnemite Spotlight Hour once, didn't we?
Oh, actually, yeah, we did, but I didn't get one on that one either.
If you're lucky Pokemon, Electrode and Jolteon. So those are also available.
I essentially traded, I think MD Raybar sent me or traded me one on one of our walks. I'm not sure. Oh my god, now I gotta look.
Raids, in my opinion, this is probably the weakest part of this event. Tier 1, Pikachu, Beldum, Shinx, Blitzel, and Clink. Not the strongest lineup. I mean, I'll probably go after in-person Blitzels at Tier 1 because I need the shiny. I still could use one more shiny Clink, but the others not too excited about. Tier 3, they split these up between Part 1 and Part 2 of the event. Here you go, Adam. Part 1, Scyther, Typhlosion, Mawile, and Druddigon. So, Typhlosion cannot be shiny. A little bit of a drag. Part 2, Dugong, Piloswine, Monferno, and Druddigon. Again, these evolved forms cannot be shiny. A little bit of a letdown. Tier 5, we still have the non-shiny Genesect with the Shock Drive, and then Part 2 brings in Regice, which can be shiny, but it'll know the move Thunder, event-exclusive Thunder. So Thunder isn't getting added to the move pool. This will still be an Elite Charge TM adjustment for existing Regice, but Regice with Thunder gives it really good coverage in PvP, so that's pretty good. So what's your hot take so far on the event? What do you think of these electric spawns? What do you think of the raids? Anything here?
I like the electric spawns. I did check, and I do have the Magnemite because I got it traded. So,
yeah, but just one?
Yeah. So I need
the line.
Yeah, so I still need 2 more, so that works out. I am excited for Blitzel to be in raids.
Yeah,
I still don't have that shiny, so I'll be going after those. Scyther, I need the XL candies. Well, Wiles, I have 100%, so I need the XL candies there. And then Drotagon, can't wait to do more Drotagons. Like, genuinely excited. My mom sends me a message that says, I got invited to one by somebody in the Discord, and I believe it was Daft Lord, and she got the shiny.
Yes.
I was like, come on, Mom. You are
Grandma
so lucky.
Tuttle.
Yeah, she keeps
Tuttle
she keeps pulling all these gold secret rare Pokemon cards, and then she just, I got the shiny Drutagon. I don't have that, Mom.
I think we might have talked about this, but Adam's mom has joined our Discord. And she's been an amazing addition to the raid channels. Like, she's constantly raiding. It's the greatest fucking thing ever. And she'll, like, post at the most random times, like, can anyone help me? And it's like the community just loves raiding with her. So everyone's like, me. It's so funny. I actually, as part of that Starbucks hot chocolate trade, little trade session, I traded away a shiny Drutagon because I had two. I hooked up my buddy
knowing
Fusion
that
Joe.
I needed it.
He had a shiny Regice, extra shiny Regice. I needed it. I really didn't want to raid it. I'll use the Elite TM. I'll get Thunder. I'm going to put Thunder on it and just fucking call it a day because I don't feel like fucking raiding it at all.
Was it a lucky one?
It was not lucky. We just fucking did our special. We just had a random
What are the
special
stats?
trade.
Are they okay?
They're okay. They're decent. Dude, I don't get caught up in the stats anymore. I really don't. Like, if it's a wild Pokemon and I get the hundo, phenomenal. But if it's not a hundo, it might as well be a 0. Like, it is what it is. It's for my collection.
Yeah, but a 0 is
totally
cool,
fine.
too.
A 0 is fucking cool. I'll definitely
that's
take
a nundo right there.
No, I'll definitely take the 0. This is an okay, like, raid lineup. I don't think there's anything too crazy here. I don't know why they decided to split up tier 3. That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I
the
think
part
tier
2
3...
just doesn't do it for me. The Dugong, the Piloswine, the Monferno, just none of those I want to do at all.
Yeah, I'm not too, and again, I'm not too high on Genesect, and, we'll have Mega Aerodactyl still riding it out, so that is what it is. But field research, Adam, I know this is up your alley, looks really strong. Magnemite, Voltorb, Electrike, Joltik, Helioptile, also Alolan Grimer, Trubbish, and Emolga. So this is a pretty good...
Emolga!
Yeah, this is a pretty good field research lineup. I still need the Electrike. And if you notice now, this is the second event in a row where a new Pokemon and or new shiny is not available in raids. So I think that this is Niantic really showing that they've listened, that we don't want new Pokemon, like new Dex entries or new shinies put behind raids. But my question is, if they're available in the wild, if they're available in research, why not put them in raids? Like, is then it, like, you know what I mean? It's not like that's the only way to do it. Like, I like the ability to raid specific Pokemon or new Pokemon at my convenience from work or whatever. Like, send me the fucking invite for the new shiny. But now
I think it's a
can't
good
raid
opportunity for them to get put into the raid system after these events.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just because if somebody does want to still hunt for it, where in the wild they're going to be less common, they can actually still raid for it and try to get that, either those XL candies or the 100%.
But I guess it shows kind of like Niantic's good faith by saying, like, hey, we're not even going to put it in raids. Like, it's only free methods you can acquire this. I do kind of dig that. Nothing changing with eggs during this event. So that whole thing is what it is. I'm absolutely back on the single incubator grind. So that is what it is. They did tease at the bottom of the event blog another Team Go Rocket takeover called A Bad Feeling. This is good shit. Starting on the 24th. So this is part 2 of the event, but they didn't put an end date. So I'd imagine that this is going to carry into February. You can TM away frustration. Yay! Pro tip for everybody. This is what I do. In your search bar, if you put the @ symbol and do @frustration, it'll bring up all the Pokemon that have the frustration move.
Ooh,
so
that's
you know
smart.
exactly. So what I recommend everyone do is do a shadow search, bring up all your shadow Pokemon, purify, purge, do whatever you want to do to clean up your shadow inventory, and then do your @frustration. get the Pokemon that just have frustration and just fucking purge away all your useless excess charge TMs. Like, if you're going to keep the Shadow Pokemon, you might as well use this time to clear out frustration. So I keep a living Shadow Dex. So anytime I have new additions to that and they still have the move, I use my charge TMs specifically during these events just to clear this shit out. And I know I'll be able to clear out 30, 40 charge TMs from my inventory, which is always a good thing because I end up deleting TMs like fucking crazy. But let's, you have the game open?
I do have the game open.
All right, let's take a look at your Team Rocket badge. What's your Team Rocket badge at?
Let me see. All right. So
we were looking at this at the Starbucks, and we were talking about Shadow Shiny Pokemon and how that's an interesting chase in and of itself. And someone had a really good rate considering they had done so few rockets. So everyone pulled up their rocket medal and took a look. Let's see. I am currently at 2,550 Team Go Rocket battles.
And what's it look like exactly?
It shows like two Team Rocket NPC silhouettes with a red letter R. You're probably
there it is. Okay,
gold or platinum.
Yeah, it's gold. Defeat 2,000. Yeah, okay. So 1,395.
Oh, you got to put in some work still because it's 2,000 for platinum.
Yes.
Oof, dude, man, you got to do those fucking balloons, man.
All right.
Got to do them.
Sorry,
balloons.
I know, and I'm still at level 44 because I haven't defeated that many leaders.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, aren't you held up by XP though?
Nope, that's it.
But next level, you'll be held up by XP?
Possibly. I think my XP right now is 61 million.
Damn.
4,709. 608.
Damn. Yeah, I'm at 245 million. I'm getting there, boy. Getting there.
Yeah, I'm at 36 out of 50 leaders.
Oh my god, dude. I actually enjoy the leaders. I enjoy all that whole process, especially now that they're a little bit harder. It's a good little challenge. There's like no fucking challenge in this game. But anyway, let's take a little break.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll have a word from our sponsor. We'll talk about some of these fun responses to Niantic Support. We'll talk about the Love Cup. We'll have a little conversation about raids, and we'll wrap it up. What do you say?
That sounds perfect.
All right, we'll be back right after this. Hey, Adam.
What's up, Ken?
Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. Can you believe it's the new year? We're in the new year.
I'm excited.
We're 2 weeks into the new year. Have you kept any resolutions?
To be a little bit more clean shaven.
Oh, how have we not talked that Adam shaved his beard and he looks like a 12-year-old little chap, like a handsome little boy. Dude, you jumped on the Zoom the other night and I was like, holy shit, he literally went back in time like 15 years. Anyway, how about having clean and shiny balls?
That sounds awesome.
Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop into 2022 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution and good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use the code BALLCHECK for 20% off and free shipping. It's new year, new me. With the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming, this year, take your package to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the signature Lawnmower 4.0. This is the electric trimmer designed to trim hair on loose skin. On loose skin. That's your balls. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate nuts. It also comes equipped with a 4K LED spotlight that will shine a light into the promised land that 2022 looks to be.
I love the light. It's so
good. The light is pretty good. It is pretty good. It's not too bad, even though I don't need a spotlight on my balls, but I'll take it. A grooming routine isn't complete without applying the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver before showing off your 2022 self. These unique formulations take care of the smelliest part of your body and are a big boost to your confidence into the new year. Kick discomfort and poor hygiene to the curb this year with the best tools for the job. Whether your resolution is to work out more or travel to new places, be sure to travel to manscaped.com for our exclusive offer of 20% off and free shipping with the code BALLCHECK. Cheers to new balls in 2022. That's 20% off and free shipping using the code BALLCHECK, BALLCHECK, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code BALLCHECK at manscaped.com. It's New Year, no pubes in 2022 with Manscaped. All right. Also, shout out to Manscaped. They've been phenomenal for us. They've helped us out big time over the last couple months. They signed us on for a couple more months. You could help us thank them by using that code. It's pretty awesome. I gave Manscaped out for a couple Christmas gifts this year, and every single person was like floored, absolutely psyched to get the gifts. And they have some inexpensive stuff on there too. You don't have to like go on there and drop $200. Like you could find gifts $30, $40. It's fucking very reasonable, especially with the code and free shipping. Check it out. Use that code. All right, internal housekeeping here. This podcast is powered by Patreon, and you can check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can support this show for as little as $1 a month, and that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people, and all patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pigo and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp DM, Tish, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Zom Minus. Of course, special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bott. But if Patreon isn't your thing, you can still help us out by connecting with us on other social media platforms, different podcast platforms. You could also check out our website, PokemonProfessor.com, to links to everywhere that you can leave us a review, check out our merch, and all that good stuff. All right, Adam, now that we're done talking about nuts, let's talk about the Love Cup.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right, well, the Love Cup is here on February 8th. Thankfully, Niantic has made some adjustments to the meta. The PvP community was kind of like hot and bothered because apparently they were very hot and bothered. Well, this is the Niantic Support tweet that came out. It says, "Trainers, we are modifying the eligible Pokemon for the upcoming Love Cup as there was an error in its creation. Legendary and mythical Pokemon will be removed and Druddigon will be added. The blog has been updated." So apparently, Defense Deoxys is considered a red or pink Pokemon. So Defense Deoxys was in this meta and essentially would break the fucking meta and just destroy fucking everything. So they covered up for it by saying like all legendary and mythicals have been removed, but essentially it's removing the big elephant in the room is
Deoxys.
Defense Deoxys. So that's really good. There was also another fuck up where the red and pink Pokemon lists on the site were reversed. So you would click the red link and it would show you the pink Pokemon list. They fixed that too.
Oh,
so
that's silly.
That's a Niantic cat error. Yeah. So they fixed that. But I went over to PokemonGoHub.com. I pulled up a couple of the favorites as far as choices for the Love Cup, and I got some stuff here, and we'll kind of walk through them. Medicham with Counter, Powered Up Punch, and Psychic. This is probably going to be something you'll see very, very frequently. Now, prior to Candy XL, you wanted that, I don't know, that 15-15-15 Medicham in the Great League. Now with Candy XL, this has changed, where you want a 4-15-15, which will allow you to essentially bring this thing up to, even Best Buddy would even be better, but like level, 50 or 50.5, that's where this Medicham should be, ideally. So that's a really good one. And again, we're pulling these stats from Go Stadium's Rank Checker. I'll put a link to that in our description. Aloma Mola is another one. This is kind of spicy. I like this one because I would never consider using this Pokemon for really anything. Waterfall, Hydro Pump, and Psychic. I think this is kind of a spicy pick because you can counter Fire and Rock. 0, 15, 11 will be the stat spread on that. Clefable. Everybody loves a Charmer. Charm, Meteor Mash, and Psychic. Again, Psychic having so much fucking play in the Love Cup. But fighting types, dark types, the charm will just fucking shred them. 0, 13, 15 is the proper spread that you're looking for there. After Clefable, we have Charizard, something that most everyone should have, but was interesting. The fast move is Wing Attack. This was like a special move. You might have to I think you have to Elite TM into Wing Attack, because I think it was one of those old moves that like was incorrectly released and then you can't really get it. I don't know. So Wing Attack with Blast Burn and Dragon Claw, obviously. Charizard will resist Charm, so it'll be a good counter to Clefable. And Wing Attack is kind of good to kind of just chip away at the fighting types.
Oh, because that's super effective. Yeah, let's go.
0, 15, 13 will be the spread on Charizard. And then finally, I picked Electrode, and I put Electrode on the list here because you're gonna be Voltorbs everywhere for the Power Plant event. So you might have a good chance of scoring a PvP IV Voltorb, which you could then bring up to Electrode. 1, 15, 15 is what you're looking for Electrode. Electrode will counter the fire types and flying, so it'll be good for, against Charizard. Power Plant I'd imagine you're going to catch everything during Power Plant, and this is one of the main featured available Pokemon. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Voltorb might also... Was Voltorb also not in raids, but I think it in field research as well? Yes, it's also in field research. So fuck it, man. You're going to have so many Voltorbs. I'm sure you could find one for PvP.
I actually just looked through my Voltorbs, and I have a 1, 15, 15.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
There you go.
Do.
Well, all right. Well, what's its moveset?
Well, it's a Voltorb. It's not an...
Oh, it's a Voltorb. Yet. Well, fucking evolve that motherfucker.
All right.
Put Volt Switch on it with Discharge and Foul Play. Oh, wait. Get your second move before you evolve it. Too late.
Well, the good thing is I don't have very much Stardust at the moment.
Oh, my God. How do you roll so short? I'm going to bring something stupid in my party. Apparently, Rotom Wash is... eligible. I'm bringing fucking Rotom. I don't care about what stats it is. I just think it would be fun to bring Rotom. I'm sure every single person I battle and bring out Rotom will put a smile on their face. So I'll bring out Rotom. I have a Wigglytuff that's built, so I'll bring Wigglytuff. And I have a Lickitung. So I'm probably going to go swap between Wigglytuff and Lickitung. I'll bring the Rotom. I'm thinking maybe Magcargo is another one I want to bring. I think I might stay away from the top dogs that everyone else is bringing, like the ones we just mentioned. But I don't know. I have a really good time with these limited metas, and I especially like this one because it's not type-based. It's just color-based, which makes absolutely no consistent sense to meta whatsoever. So it's just kind of whimsy.
I love that. Because it's the Love Cup.
All right. Anything here you think you might bring? I guess
definitely the Electrode.
The Electrode.
I want to look through my Charizards and see if I have a 0, 15, 13.
Yeah, but are you gonna fucking put Wing Attack? Really put Wing Attack on one of your Charizards?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, nice. That's a good attitude.
And then I don't know what I have for Aloma Mola, but I have to see.
Medicham is a good XL Pokemon.
I
That's
do
a
not
really
have
good XL Pokemon.
I have a 14, 15, 15.
Yeah.
So, that's as good as
look, if, I'm not going to say that, I guess it would be Nas 11. Yeah, 11, attack points are going to make that crazy a difference. But in a mirror match, it definitely will. That, if you're going up against a level 40 Medicham versus a level 50 Medicham, that level 50 is going to fuck you up pretty good. All right. We alluded to this last week. I just wanted to do a quick plug. We were going to have them on the show today, but we actually postponed to next week because we already got the show approved on a couple major podcast platforms, but we can officially announce and introduce our newest Pokemon Professor Network podcast. It's called Way Spotters. It is a Wayfarer podcast.
Woo!
This is
it's
really
so good.
exciting.
It's so good.
So I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. I listen to a lot of like inspirational podcasts. And I also listen to like educational podcasts that are like way above my learning scope. Like I'll listen to like astrophysics podcasts and shit that I know that I can't really understand. That's why I like listening to Way Spotters, because I fucking learn something every time. It's very, very informative without overwhelming you with information. I think it can be a benefit to any Pokemon Go player, so I recommend you check it out. It's available now on Spotify and Apple. By the time you hear this, it might be available on Google, but by next week, it'll be everywhere. But episode 1 you can get. The website will be wayspotters.com. That's going to be coming in the next week or so. Like, this is all brand new. I already bought the domain and everything. I just got to build out the site. But we're really excited. The hosts are Jamal and Lachlan from our community. They're both top 50 wayfinders in the world. Jamal is like number 6 in the world as far as activity with Pigo stats for Wayfinder.
Wow, that's insane.
It's fucking totally nuts. So they come with an exceptional amount of experience, and they're both dedicated and avid Ingress agents. So they really have that background as well. So when it comes to what the show is going to cover, of course, they're going to lean towards the perspective of Pokemon Go, but they have that knowledge base and that foundation of Ingress. So they really have an understanding of how the geographics work in the game, how to maximize gameplay, and really develop the game board efficiently. And that's what this podcast is all about. It's really cool. I'm really excited for it. So definitely check out Way Spotters. They have a Twitter account is up and everything. Links will be in the description. Make sure you just connect with them, because I'm really excited for this show, mainly because I don't have to edit it. But I think it's going to be a really successful and fun show, and I think that, the Pokemon Go community will definitely find a lot of value in it. So check out Way Spotters. All right, plug over. Next thing, Adam. I got some good Niantic responses here. This is from I guess it was from last week when we had Go Battle Day, right? So they put out a tweet
the day
that
I
said,
forgot.
So Pokemon Go, all right, so this isn't Niantic Support. This is just Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go app, the actual official account. It says, Go Battle Day is coming. This Saturday, you'll be able to enjoy 4x Stardust bonus for winning battles and complete up to 20 battle sets. More details here, blah, blah, blah. And that's when, of course, the community doesn't let us down. And the top response, the number one response here, why is your game lagging? And not to be outdone by that amazing response, Niantic Support chimes in, sorry to hear that, trainer. Could you please elaborate on the issue you are experiencing during gameplay? Also, try these steps listed here. They put a website. It's just hilarious.
Restart the game.
Dude, I love the canned messages from Niantic Support. Remember we were talking about it last week. Like, is it fun to just poke fun? Dude, it's kind of fun to poke fun at Niantic Support with these fucking responses. Like, I love, anytime anything happens, like we're walking with someone, they trip on the sidewalk, I'm like, sorry to hear that, trainer. They stub their toe.
Please be aware of your surroundings.
They'll be like, I forgot something in my car. I'll be like, bro, were you connected to a stable Wi-Fi connection?
This next one is from the Hulk, Bruce Banner himself.
Dr. Banner.
Can you confirm whether or not a match algorithm exists that takes the team composition into account in Go Battle League?
Okay. Are you aware of the algorithm conspiracy?
No.
All right. This kind of opens the door to kind of why I wanted to start talking about this whole thing and ELO. So there's a conspiracy theory that I'm sure that there's strong evidence leaning for and or against, that essentially the game is out to get you, meaning when you go into the matchmaking screen, it's analyzing your team composition and matching you with someone else's team composition that can counter you to essentially hold you down and keep you from advancing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense because every time I battle, it's like, I'm bringing my Prinplup, my Arbok.
You get
And
two
then
hard counters.
there's just always hard counters. I'm like, oh, okay. Look at this Umbreon. It's just choosing foul play over and over again.
So that's the basis of the algorithm, right? And then that kind of lured me into talking about the ELO system, but we have a couple more responses here. Go ahead with this next one.
This next one's from Franklin Mayer. 4 times Stardust bonus for winning battles, you say? But will trainers actually be able to win? Between the algorithm, the lag, and all the other nonsense in Go Battle League, does your average trainer stand a chance of getting any Stardust or improving their ELO? Or are we all just screwed?
All right, so another algorithm one. I'm telling you, I love it. I love it so much.
All right, next one.
This next one's pretty funny.
Name cannot be blank. Hey, babe, please fix the lag that's making Go Battle League nearly unplayable before then. Thanks, heart. My favorite is that they're just like, hey, babe. Hey, babe, and ends it with a heart.
So good. So good.
All right, you read the next one.
All right, this one's from KZ Pena. Says, Can you guys not have shitty Pokemon for 12k eggs? I've got nothing but Vullaby and Quillfish for weeks. Get them the fuck out of that tier.
Go Battle League, where eggs are not relevant to anything.
This next one is from N. It says, just give up. They don't want to fix the game. That's all I wanted to say. I lost their trust. It's like, bro, do you need a hug?
That's all I want to say, too.
Luca Baldazzi says, sorry, but to me, this is hiding from one's problems by bribing them, because we're talking about the 4 times Stardust. I would really prefer if someone from you, Niantic, took an active role and addressed the many elements that are making your Battle League an hardly pleasurable experience for so many people. Another dude that needs a hug. Osuka Payne, this next one, hashtag fix GBL. Next one, Chris Gossett. If only PvP wasn't such garbage, maybe I'd think about it. Oh, Twitter, don't change.
Do they realize that sometimes like people are driving and trying to battle at the same time?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'm just saying, because like I've seen it firsthand.
People driving and battling, dude, that's fucking terrible.
Anyways,
Adam, is that you? Are you talking about?
Well, no.
No wonder I always beat you. Fucking, I picture the Vin Diesel meme from Fast and Furious. It's like,
I'm shifting gears. No, he's playing Pokemon Go.
Oh shit!
No, I mean, I, you'll be battling, then all of a sudden you go through a bad area, and then you see the bomb.
Oh, okay, all right, I see your point.
Yeah,
I see your point.
I mean, it happens.
Well,
I guess I don't know personally.
I look through a lot of these responses, and you have the algorithm, and I think Alfindial has done a really good job on his channel of kind of explaining how ELO works and how essentially the ELO system is designed to keep you an average player because it's designed to put you up against competition that will have an equal chance to beat you or to be beaten by you. That's the point of the system. So there is no real algorithm. It's just in order to be an excellent player and to beat the system, you essentially have to be able to excel beyond the constraints of the ELO system. So only the elite will be able to break the chain, break the cycle of what ELO is trying to do. So I did a little digging. I found that there's actually a wiki page on the guy who created ELO. This comes from the world of chess, and it talks about how this whole thing was developed. But I took a little excerpt here. It says, the difference in the ratings between two players serves as a predictor to the outcome of a match. Two players with equal ratings who play against each other are expected to score an equal number of wins. A player whose rating is 100 points greater than their opponent's is expected to be 64%. If the difference is 200 points, the expected score for a stronger player is 76%. So the more you have a variance in ELO, the greater your chances are of breaking the cycle. That's why you want to be paired, or the game wants to pair you, with someone as close to your current ELO as possible, because then you're truly going up against someone who may not necessarily have the same skill set as you, but someone who has defeated other people in that range. Because the ELO system is only relative to the pool that they're pulling it from. You can't look at an ELO from Season 10 and compare it to an ELO from Season 9, because essentially there's different pools of players. It's only effective against the people that you're playing against. So it's a little bit confusing. So if everybody
went to sleep and there was only 5 players and all 5 of those players, well, okay, one was like a level 1 and the other 4 were all level 20s, they'd get paired up with the 20?
Well, if that was all there was. However, if the level 1 player defeats the level 20 player, they're going to gain a much greater percentage of ELO because there's a difference in the variance is in their favor at that point.
Okay. That makes sense.
So it's like, sometimes people say, oh, well, shouldn't I gain and lose the same amount of ELO between every win, every loss? We'll have to get some PvP people on here to kind of dig into this a little bit further. Maybe I'll get Astro from Beginner to Winner back on to talk about ELO. But the system is designed to keep you in the median. And it's not algorithm-based, it's not conspiracy-based, but that's the goal of the system, is to pair you with someone of equal skill.
It makes sense.
So that's what helps and makes only the elite be able to break that cycle. That's why a lot of people hit plateaus, and they're like, fuck, I can't get past 2,600, because that's a plateau of skill level, because you're faced against people that are in that range, and it's hard to, you might be able to beat them, but it's not going to really move your ELO needle because you're equal to them in ELO. Interesting stuff. All right, we can close out the show here, Adam, with a little open discussion.
All right, sounds good.
I want to talk about raids. We had a really good conversation on our community Zoom call, our patron Zoom call on Monday night regarding the Ready Up button. And I thought it would be good to follow up with it here. So we had essentially half the Zoom call saying, yes, give me a Ready Up button. My entire community wants it. And then some people going, no, Ready Up buttons are bad. So what's your hot take on the Ready Up button? Do you have any feelings either way?
I think it should be allowed, or there should be one for 1 stars, so that a player entering can just ready up and just move on with their day, because 1 stars are pretty easily doable by themselves, the trainers. And then I'd say for anything higher, if there's 20 people in the lobby, the raid has a ready up button that appears.
Okay. How often are you in raids with 20 people?
Not often. But I'm just saying that we hear it eliminates any confusion or anything with people like not being able to get in with the invites and stuff like that. So it's just, if the lobby's full, you can go straight to the raid.
So the argument that I hear a lot is, well, just associate the Ready Up button with private raid lobbies. That way it's like you're not necessarily going to be fucking anyone. There's not going to be any stragglers because it's private. You know who's coming in. You're not going to essentially close the door on a stranger's face from joining the raid. But then that brought up an awesome counterpoint on the Zoom call, where it was the private lobby in itself could be the problem. Because when you do a private lobby, you're essentially saying, I don't want to play with anyone else. You can't come in here and play.
Yeah, now, so like I was saying, it's just the 1-star raids, you should be able to just do it yourself. So having the ready up button for just 1 stars, and then anything higher,
that still closes the community aspect off of level 1s. Because what if someone's walking down the street and they want to join that raid with you? They could, look at it from the remote raid pass and say, oh shit, someone's in this lobby, and then by the time they get there, you could have already hit ready up,
or they were looking at their remote raid and then they just went in anyways with their remote pass.
Well, maybe it was a fucking
should I have waited all that time for them to walk all the way over here?
Well, I think that's why they haven't had this yet, because they want to leave that door open for more people to join and play together.
Well, 1-star raids, you should be like, you're into the raid and it says, do you want to just go straight to the raid? Yes or no? Not even a ready up, just a, do you want to go straight to the raid?
That's
Yes.
called a ready up button.
Okay, but I'm just saying, so it doesn't look like anybody's in the raid, quote unquote.
Oh,
And then,
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay.
it's before you even enter the lobby. And then also, I think that if you have 20 players, you should just be able to hit a button that says you're ready to go.
I kind of like that. I mean, that makes a little bit more sense, but
because
even when I do my raid
you
trains,
can't invite anybody else. You know what I mean? You're not taking, and then the chances are, okay, one person doesn't look at their phone. Yes, they hit like ready up, but the one person doesn't see that like the raid started. 19 out of the 20 people are gonna take it down.
Yeah. Oh, I get that. I remember, I think of like old Xbox Live parties where there's like, 8 people in the room, and the one dude who put his controller down hasn't readied up, and it's like, motherfucker, ready up! Like, they just don't do it. Everyone has to wait anyway. But, all right, well, that being said, that got us on the Zoom call. That got us to the next topic of the buff for remote raiders. Do you think that when this goes away, when the buff to remote raiders go away, do you think people will do less raids, or do you think people will do more in-person raids?
I think it'll be a mix. I think people will do less remote raids at the beginning because we all are going to be like, oh, we can totally handle that with, 4 of us going in remotely, and then just get trounced, and then being like, okay, well, somebody needs to go to the raid. So then you actually have multiple people going to the raid and then inviting.
Well, you know what? They can kind of tier this because remember, essentially, the beginning, they didn't want to allow remote raiders to invite. So maybe their first step into changing things would be, in order to remote invite people, you have to be physically at the raid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Remember that used to be a thing?
Yep, that makes sense.
So at least you have one person, boots on the ground, your scout, quote unquote scout. But even when you have one person at the raid, eventually that's going to turn into the people that you do invite will do less damage. And that will, I think you're right. I think that in the beginning, you're going to see just people not raiding because they just don't, they don't want to deal with it being nerfed. But then it's going to be like,
a lot of complaining, obviously.
Be like, I want a fucking raid. I miss raiding. It's like, all right, well, get your fucking ass outside. So that's interesting conversation. But now, how do they introduce or reintroduce the EX raid system? It's something we haven't talked about in a long ass time. It's been forever.
Well, first off, you got to ask the question, how do they get back to in-person raiding and the desire to in-person raid?
So do you think they have to completely figure out in-person raiding before they even come back with EX raids?
Yes. Now, I think what they could do is they could double the rewards for doing it in person.
I like that.
Because
incentivize people to do in-person
and
stuff.
then that's not only getting people like excited about raids, you then put people together. And it's like, heck yeah, I'll go down the street for 2 charged TMs and 10 rare candies versus the 5. Trust me on that one, Niantic.
No, I'm telling you, I think you're right here. I think they need to incentivize making it special, whether it's,
double Stardust.
Yeah, extra Stardust, extra XP. Honestly, dude, the cherry, the carrot at the end of the stick is going to be Candy XL. So they want people to do
like
shit
a guaranteed
in this game.
Candy XL or something.
Yeah, if you do
like
it in person,
a rare
you get
candy. Yeah.
Oh, dude, guaranteed rare Candy XL from in-person raids. Whoo, sheesh! I think people would do fucking a lot of raids. I really.
All right, I'll take my commission check. Whenever.
What about EX raids?
EX raids are going to be. They have to be saving like Shaman. For like the next in-person like EX
Didn't
raid.
they say originally that they weren't gonna do remote raids for EXs? Like, remember there was that window, it was like February of 2020, right before the shit really hit the fan and things started
Yeah, but
stopping.
how do you I mean, I guess I don't have the information that to see how they differentiate if they were remotely invited or not. Cuz it'll
But
just say, "Oh, this was caught at this in this town on this day." You know what I mean? Yeah, you remote somebody into that gym, you raid, and then they get an invite. Then there's like a million EX raid invites, but yeah, if you happen to be on vacation and you go to that area, you have the invite. You're good to go. And then
yeah,
also any spoofers, it'll add like a new wave of people trying to spoof. So Niantic can have the ban hammer going.
but do you remember the last waves of EX raids were fucking like Tuesday in the middle of the day? Like, it was like you could get the raid pass from raiding a gym at like 6 p.m. on a Friday night, but then the invite for the EX raid that you get is Wednesday at 1 o'clock. It's like, who the fuck can do the raid at Wednesday at 1 o'clock?
I think they should have 2 time frames. That way here people can coordinate either afternoon raid or like an early before lunch raid. You know what I mean? So you'd get a pass and it says, oh, there's you either have 11:30 to 12:30 raid, or you have a 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. raid. But they're both you have the ticket for both those times during that day. So if you can't make the first one, you can make the second.
Interesting.
You can thank me later, Niantic. All
no,
right.
I honestly don't know how they bring this back. I think you might be right where they really have to solidify what the fuck they're doing with in-person raids first, and that would essentially mean a couple things. It would mean limiting the number of remote raiders total. So, like, let's say 5 people can be invited to a remote raid. They need to nerf the damage, or essentially bring the damage back to normal, where it's a reduced rate for remote raiders. And they need to have one person physically there to send the invites. I think those are the 3 tiers, the 3 steps that they need to follow to start dialing this stuff back. I just think that it's going to be so hard because people, like you were saying, people have started playing this game in the pandemic. They don't know remote raiders to do any less damage normally.
Correct.
Because it's all they've known. It's always been buffed. So it's like when it goes away, it's going to feel like something's being taken away for no reason. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean you're going to take that? I do less damage now. And it's like, no, Niantic's position will be, no, you're doing the normal amount of damage now. And it's like, no, this isn't normal. This is less. And it's like, no, it's normal. It's like, it's going to be a shit show. Like,
yeah, I know there'll be another wave of hatred, but the game will be back to balanced.
I don't know, man. I miss in-person shit. And not like events. I just mean being out, doing raid hour on foot.
Yeah, especially when it's freezing cold. You got to do it, you know?
Bro, it was so great pulling. I'm pulling into Red Bank, right, for Spiel. And I'm like, fuck, none of these lures are lit up. I'm like, this isn't going to go well. And then, boom, I saw the usual suspects walking, all bundled up, looking like fucking walking blankets. I'm like, yes.
Listen, I'll tell you what I don't miss. I don't miss everybody in the chat being like, all right, everyone, there's a whatever level 5-star raid. If you can get here. And there's like snow plows. Like, we're holding up traffic and like making it so the snowplows can't do their job.
Well, yeah, don't fuck with emergency vehicles.
Yeah,
and stuff
well, I'm
like
just
that.
saying the want for those raid bosses were super heavy at the time. I don't even remember what it was. This was like I don't know. I want to say 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Whatever the raid bosses were during the winter, I know everybody was like super excited for them, and I know I went out and I just watched like people get plowed it. I was like, oh, I'm out of here.
No. That's so funny. That's so funny. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be an interesting journey. I'd like to hear how Niantic takes all this data that they took from these raid, survey interviews that they did. We had a couple people from our community, Coach Kev. I shared the link early. I got early access to the link. I kind of shared it on socials and sent it to a couple of the community leaders in Jersey. And I know like almost all of them were able to get in on this survey. and I think it was like a limited number of people, but they were getting asked questions in regards to how they coordinate raids. What third-party apps do they use? Their kind of inkling was that it felt like they were trying to gather data as if they wanted to do their own raid coordination in-game, in-app.
Ooh, that would be cool.
But now that we're 3-4 years into using fucking Discord, and we're so incredibly invested in Discord, how difficult is it going to be for Niantic to pull people out of Discord when we're so used to using it? Like, think of the great migration from Facebook to Discord. That was a huge jump for a lot of people. Now, essentially, people are going to need to jump from Discord to Niantic Social, or however Niantic does this in-app. It's a huge undertaking, huge task. So, I don't know. It's a whole nother rabbit hole. Do you think Niantic could handle in-game raid communication in-app?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
It's a question for another podcast.
It is a question for another podcast because we need to wrap this shit up. Thank you, everyone, so much for checking us out. We appreciate it. You can email us, info@luredup.com. You can leave us a text, voicemail, picture, video, 732-835-8639. Check out PokemonProfessor.com for everything going on with the network, luredup.com for everything going on with the show. Make sure you please check out wayspotters.com coming soon. If you check out that website and there's nothing there, just give it a couple days. I should be getting it live any day, definitely by the end of the weekend. So that shit will be live. Really enjoying the show. Shout out to Lachlan and Jamal. Did an amazing job with episode 1. And
I can't wait for episode 2.
Yeah, make sure you check it out. I think that's it.
That's it.
All right. Keep training, trainers. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.